definitely learned more about myself in the realms of identity.
I think capoeira has to do a lot with what you put in and out, as much as when you're inside the roda and outside the roda, that energy needs to keep on flowing.
You have to pay attention to dance. It's not like a fight dance. That's one thing I like about it.
As much as you good to pay attention, it's good to listen to each other, really understand that all the dynamic, all the energy and the music are essential components inside capoeira. So it helps me appreciate even more the culture, the Brazilian culture.
My name is Mestre Cobra Mansa. Basically, capoeira mestre, but I have my degree in physical education. Capoeira is my life, I have been doing that for almost 40 years. And basically, my whole life is based in capoeira.
He's a messenger, I don't want to sound like I'm in a cult or something, but he's somebody that is opening the world to this art and doing it in a way that's just efficient, with love, with passion.
I think it's just amazing the fact that we actually have Mestre Cobra here at Towson, and most of all that we can listen to his experiences as much as how he learned from capoeira and how we can learn from it as we keep on practicing, if that will be the choice.
Mestre, or Master Capoeirista Cobra Mansa, was first introduced to capoeira when he was 12 years old. Since then, he has faithfully been a practitioner of capoeira for 40 years. After training in Bahia, Brazil with Mestre Moraes, he moved to the United States in 1994 and opened a school in Washington, D.C. that was solely dedicated to teaching Capoeira Angola. Through workshops like the one in Towson, Mestre teaches the history of Capoeira Angola, the movements, the music, and the wisdom he gained through capoeira.
I'm going to say you one word. I'm going to say survive. Okay? I came from a very poor family. Okay? He's poor, and there's a bottle a little more down. Okay? If you don't know. There is a poor people, but there's something under there. Okay? What's more than that? Okay, that's where I came from. Okay? Well, I came from a slum in Rio de Janeiro. Okay? Duque de Caxias. I'm the oldest from 10. My father left. I started to work with 5 years. I started to sell things on the street. Well, when I discovered capoeira, that was like, I know that's what I want to do. My mother did not want me to do capoeira because, that's during this time capoeira was not good like today. Capoeira was think what people from the street used to do. People don't like. And my mother don't want this kind of life for me. She wanted me, Well, anyway, I decided to stay in capoeira. And just for you understand, it's like, we was a group of 20, but about 10 took very serious capoeira for their life, Well, for the whole group, what we was together, hang around, I'm telling you, only these 10 people is still alive. Yes. I get many invitations, but I never was able to make,
Invitations to do what, man?
Huh?
Invitations to do what?
Well, rob somebody, go to invite somebody's house, go to sell some drugs and everything. All kind of invitation. Oh, can you take this for me? Can you do this? I was like, no. But when I started to be 16, 17, I started to see all these other friends, dying. I was like, no. I had a friend who died at 16, 17. All this year, I was seeing it. I'm telling you the truth. None of them made it 25. None. My whole life, from 80 to the day to day, what I have been doing, working with some people, some organization, and become a part of one of the bigger movements, what was trying to raise consciousness about the black people, especially in Bahia. And I was a part with the Capoeira Angola. What is very important to you to understand about resistance in Brazil, especially about the black people. We have a big movement on the 1930, 1940. Was a French Negra Brasileira.
French Negra Brasileira, also known as the Black Resistance Movement in Brazil, was the result of the abolition of slavery in 1888. Black resistance was still prominent because blacks weren't given sufficient work or salaries. It wasn't until the 1930s when the name Black Movement became institutionalized. This movement was an effort for a social uplift for the economic advancement of the black population as a whole. And for more than 50 years, blacks were resisting oppression by joining many diverse, popular movements. These forms of resistance included leisure, cultural, religious, or sports groups. For Mestre Cobra Mansa, it was through capoeira that he partook in the movement in Bahia, Brazil.
Because they don't only help you, okay, to understand how you use your body, but can make you understand a little bit how you to use your mind. And especially for people who came from my background, I only could know a lot of the things what I know today. The only reason is because I was doing capoeira. Because most of the things what I knew today, they was not teaching in school. In 1975, 76, I was young, and that's what I started to know more about the black movement, until 1980, which I really get more involved and, started to go to the street and, started to be part of the movement, But as a black person, you're always a part of the black movement. It's a fact of many things because you start to have more consciousness about who you are, where you came from. But one of the things when you have more consciousness, it's hard for you too, because before things could pass by you, and you don't give any importance for that. But now, since you have consciousness, you start to question and you want to fight for that. And sometimes you get in trouble.
Can you tell me what kind of trouble you got into?
Well, I can tell you, since they use my hair, I get in trouble because that's the right I have to have this kind of hair, to don't accept if I'm on one place what have happened one time, and somebody go to serve some people and I'm waiting and serve another people and I'm waiting and say, man, I'm here, I came first, I'm sorry,
After years of teaching the value of capoeira, of the black resistant movement in the U.S., Mestre had a new calling back in his native Brazil.
During the time I was here, I thought about to have a place where people could go and to learn, not just about to learn about capoeira, but to learn about to live a different way of life, okay? As me, Kilombo is a place where the African people went there as a runaway, as a community, to express yourself with no oppression. Of course, there was oppression around, but not inside. Well, when I got a farm, I got one farm, and that's the name I put, Kilombo, because I wanted the place to be a place where people could express themselves, could be there. Well, if the society is oppressing you, if you wanted to run away and wanted to stay there, to learn some skill to survive, well, that's the place.
Mestre Cobra's Kilombo, called Kilombo Tenode, is a center for Capoeira Angola and Pré-macultura in Brazil. The Kilombo allows for regeneration of creativity, thought, and purpose, and a chance to rebuild community structures that have eroded. Not only does he promote Pré-macultura in Capoeira Angola, he has combined them into what is known as Angola, a series of workshops that provide an introduction into alternative systems of construction, sustainable agriculture, energy, and Capoeira Angola. All this is an effort to conserve the earth and reforest areas in need.
We try to build houses with bamboo, with the earth and recycle and plants, it's a big project. I'm here on the farm, I'm living now one sustainable farm, what I try to not only to teach people how to plant, but to teach people how to live a better life, a sustainable life. And basic things what people can do in your home, like recycle, separate things, plastic, and you understand the people, like the food, what you eat, and what kind of foods can be good for you, and take care of yourself, take care of your health, and that's what I'm trying to learn, make people to learn that.
So to see an elder have the strength, the ability, and the intellect to move his body, move his mind, and move a whole culture of people internationally is very inspiring.
To teach and pass knowledge is two different things, okay? And most of you who have been in school, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about, okay? There's some teacher, you go to the class and they're gonna be like, okay, okay, the class is over, thank you. Okay, he did his class, it's just nice. And there's some other people who's gonna challenge you, who's gonna, okay, the exercise is this, but what you know about this? You're like, damn. And you're gonna study just to come back at the next class and say, now if he asks me, he's gonna see, I'm gonna give it back to him, or he challenge you mentally. You're gonna be like, man, I need to know this thing, because what he tries to do is pass the knowledge for you, make you passionate for what It's a totally different thing. And when you start to teach science, at the beginning, later on, man, that's become so easy for you. It's become so natural. You're not gonna have a problem to do, passing the knowledge, okay? But some people, no, they pass the whole life. One thing is you're good capoeirista. The other thing is you're a good master. I know a lot of good capoeirista who is a master of capoeira, but it's not a good match for teaching. It's good match for other things, but not for teaching, because he don't know how to pass his knowledge for other people. You should do that. Capoeira is a hook, like a drug. First you need to make the people addicted to capoeira. You cannot teach nothing with capoeira if they are not addicted to capoeira. But soon he gets addicted to capoeira. I'm trying to teach them. Capoeira is not the only thing what he need to learn. You need to learn how to live a good life, eat better. Today I'm a lot with the environment. I'm trying to make people understand that the earth is a place what you need to take care of, because we live here and there's no other planet for you to go. And I try to teach people about that. Through capoeira, you can become a better person. Not for anybody, but become a better person for yourself.
Mestre Cobra travels all over the world teaching people of many different generations and backgrounds about the value of capoeira and living a sustainable lifestyle.
What is the most important lesson capoeira has taught you?
To live. Capoeira taught me how to live, and to live a good life. Most of my friends did not live, and it's not here today, and because of that I think capoeira taught me how to live.